Living in Caen means being constantly surrounded by museum, monuments, and tourist crowds. For me, coming from Germany, it's more than just a tourist backdrop. Walking past the Allied flags every day, I'm constantly navigating the heavy legacy of my own country's past. And it makes me wonder, how is our generation supposed to handle a history this complex? Does D-Day still mean anything to us today?
We are Gen Z. Most of us were born after the year 2000. The last World War II combat veterans have almost entirely passed away. And, according to a 2022 survey by the Ipsos Institute, 1 in 4 young Europeans aged 18 to 35 cannot correctly identify what D-Day was or when it took place. That number is both shocking but not entirely surprising, to be honest.
At the same time, the 80th anniversary in June 2024 broke social media records. Hashtag D-Day80 trended globally. Millions of young people watched the ceremonies online, they shared clips, posted tributes. So clearly we're not just indifferent. The key question today, is our generation's relationship with D-Day meaningful? Or is it just another trending topic?
Okay, let's dive right in.
I'm going to argue that our generation's relationship with D-Day is not only valid, it's evolving in a generally interesting way. And I think that's a good thing. So first point, we engage differently, but we still engage. So yes, we learn about D-Day through TikTok videos and Instagram stories, it's as much as through textbooks. But so what? If a 60-second video makes a 70-year-old curious enough to visit the Mémorial de Caen or to pick up a book, for me that's a win. And second point, we are asking harder questions than previous generations did. We're the ones pointing out the missing voices, the African-American soldiers who fought for freedom they didn't fully have at home, the French civilians caught in the crossfire, the women who supported the war effort invisibly. Previous generations accepted the official narrative, but we challenge it. And my third point, we keep the conversation going in ways that actually reach people. So a tweet from a young person in Caen saying, "I stood on Omaha Beach today and I cried," reaches more people than a formal commemoration ever will. Because emotion travels. And right now, young people are the ones transmitting it.
That's a good point about asking harder questions. I genuinely agree with that part, honestly. But I want to challenge the idea that engagement equals understanding. My first point, there is a real difference between feeling something and knowing something. Crying at a TikTok video is not the same as understanding the geopolitical context of 1944. If we don't understand why it happened, we risk letting it happen again. My second point is the pressure to perform remembrance on social media is distorting how we engage with it. I've seen people post about D-Day in the morning and post a party video by the evening. When remembrance became content, it loses something essential. The veterans didn't fight, so we could get likes. And my third and final point. If 1 in 4 young Europeans cannot identify D-Day, something has broken in how we transmit this history. We can't just blame the algorithm. Schools have a responsibility, and a real one. Families have a responsibility. And frankly, so do we, as people who live in Normandy, with no excuse not to know, guys. Before we finish, this episode felt different to record. More maybe personal, because this time we weren't debating other people's choice. We were debating on our own.
So to sum up, our generation is not failing D-Day, but we're still figuring out what our relationship with it should look like. And that's okay. What's not okay is mistaking awareness for understanding or a trending hashtag for a duty of memory.
So before you visit a memorial site or post a photo, just pause and ask yourself, what do I actually know about this? Not just what I've seen in movies, online, but the actual history. And then go and learn more. History shouldn't just be a feeling, it's a real responsibility.
Thanks for listening, WRNC. It has been episode 3 of our D-Day series. One more episode to go, and next time we are looking forward. What is the future of D-Day remembrance? What happens when the last witnesses are gone? And it's entirely up to us. See you then.